Good morning, sports fans. Joe Ryan with you, and we are on the cheap seats. We're sitting out here at Four Corners Lube. Beautiful, the Four Corners in Lincoln. Now, it's not beautiful right now, but I'm telling you, when they get that stuff all done and drag over that new McDonald's, and Jake's gets his thing put together across the way, there's a little outdoor furniture pad where I believe he's going to serve beer and cigars. Not sure about that, but we'll ask Jake. We can make stuff like that up because he's not here. But sure, this is a beautiful Saturday morning, and I am joined by a guest host today, Mr. Andy Fitzpatrick.
Morning.
Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Turn me up a little bit, Jim. Can't hear. I feel like I'm screaming. Oh, there we go. Now we're loud. Good, my man. I want to welcome everyone again. We are out at Four Corners Lube. Stop by and see us. The phone lines are open at 737-3791. We are going to have Coach Mike Smania on. He'll be first on here in a little bit. He's drug out, I believe, 5 seniors, baseball players. They're going to come on and talk. And Andy and I are going to shoot the bull about a few things. And then we're going to have Coach Jason O'Brien from the American Legion on. He's going to talk to us about the upcoming Legion season. And they have a big fundraiser breakfast going on tomorrow morning at the American Legion. So get out and support Legion baseball. Now, the leader of this show, Mr. Scott Kirby, I believe he's got a son graduating today, Andy.
Austin's graduating from college today.
Over at Blackburn?
Blackburn.
And that's a big deal, so that's our hats off today. Hats off to the Kirby family. They're getting another one out. I'm sure he's getting off a payroll. Well, maybe not.
Probably not.
But he's got one getting out. Congratulations to those guys, and have a nice day. Jake, the other cohort on the show, we have no idea. He's MIA. I don't ever hear from him. He fell in love, and then they got on that love boat with that. What was that little guy's name that always said, the plane? Tattoo. Yeah, see, him and Tattoo ran off somewhere when he fell in love, and we haven't seen him since. Again, our guest host today, Andy Fitzpatrick, and for those people out there who don't know you, Andy, I'm sure everyone does know you, but we brought you on here because you're a sports buff, correct?
I enjoy a lot of sports.
Well, and you know what? We enjoy a lot of sports, but we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And it's a sports show.
Yeah.
So that's why we bring people like you on here. So for those of you that don't know you, would you tell us a bit about yourself? I mean, where do you work, your wife, children, all that's good stuff?
I work for J.M. Abbott & Associates and Pacesetter Financial Group, so I have a dual role as an accountant and a financial advisor.
And you've messed around with my stuff a little bit over there,
a little bit,
yeah,
yep.
I complain sometimes, but I think you're doing a good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
My wife is named Hannah. We have 2 young sons. Aiden is 3 years old, and Edward is 9 months old. Some of my other things that I'm involved in, the Knights of Columbus pretty heavily, the Lincoln Elks.
Big Knights of Columbus guy.
Big in the Knights of Columbus, the Holy Family Church, and I also coach the basketball kids at Carroll Catholic School, 7th and 8th grade.
And let's talk about that for a second. You've had some success over there.
We have. We've last year our 7th graders got second in the state, and then this year that same group with a couple different kids as 8th graders made a return trip to the state tournament. We went to the Elite 8. I got beat by a team that we beat last year in the state tournament. Very close both games. So, but a great run. Had a special little point guard named Dylan Singleton. For the last 4 years. Very special. Scored a lot of points.
His dad's pretty special.
He's a different kind of special, though. Dylan almost got to 600 points this year in his 8th grade year, so that's a lot for a high school kid that plays 30-some games. We played 24, less minutes per game, so to get to almost 600 points is almost unheard of.
Yeah, incredible. He's a great little athlete.
He is.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Getting some of those Singleton genes in him. Those Singleton boys, they were tough.
Yep.
You know, Troy, tough kid too.
Yeah. I heard he had some shoulder problems that derailed some of his athletic career, but
yeah, they say those Singleton boys, they could play.
Yep.
Might see them on the golf course today.
I would imagine. Yep.
I don't know. They're probably chasing track and baseball and everything else.
Yeah, Dylan made it. I saw that he made it in 2 events to the state tournament in track as well. So he's in the 110 hurdles and the discus.
That's the discus. I saw him there at the baseball.
First year he picked up the discus and he's in the state tournament. So that tells you a little bit about him.
Well, I wonder if that's today, or do you?
I don't know.
Or is it?
I would think it might be today. Yeah.
I'm not sure. If you're out there and you do know, or you're headed that way or something, just call 737-3791. We'd like to hear from you and get an update on that. So, Andy, if you had to say your your favorite sport that you follow or pay attention to, what would it be?
It's a toss-up for me. My favorite to follow is probably basketball. In the lower levels, in the professional level, probably baseball. Favorite one to play is obviously golf.
You any good at it?
I'm okay, not great, but okay.
All the Fitzpatricks can golf.
Yep,
I know that.
Yeah. I'm on the lower end of that group, but
you should have hung out at the family reunions more.
Yeah,
There's some good golfers in that group of Fitzpatricks.
There is.
As a matter of fact, you played yesterday. You said
I did. Yep. My wife and I played in the morning, and my young son and I played in the afternoon. So we got out there twice to play.
And I can't say enough good things about the Lincoln Elks. It's
beautiful.
It is. For those of you that haven't been out there or given it a try or whatever, it's. I'm gonna tell you, it's relatively inexpensive.
It is.
I mean, try being a member of a golf course in some other places.
Yeah.
And, it's unaffordable.
Right.
And that's very affordable out there, and it's a wonderful place. I know I heard for years people say, it's a best kept secret in Logan County, and it might be.
Yeah.
I love the place.
Yeah, and we got our old superintendent that moved on. He came back, and he's got the course in really, really nice shape. So
Ray?
Yep.
Oh, Ray
Actus, yeah.
And Jeff Peterson does an excellent job out there running the pro shop.
Yep.
We're gonna get him on the show one of these.
He's a big
mornings
Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Nothing wrong with that. He's a football fan.
Yeah.
If you're a football fan, you're kind of an okay guy already.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things you got to work out maybe, but if you're a football fan, you're all right. NFL fan.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan college football fan most for me. So.
Well, we do know who came from Michigan, and he's quite a stud that I'm a big fan of. Tommy Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah.
Everybody loves Tommy Brady. They love to make fun of me about Tommy Brady.
He only started 1 year for Michigan. He actually was behind Drew Henson.
Yep.
And I think John Navarre was in there at the same time.
Yep.
So, yep.
And you look at him and they say somebody, like when you listen to these professional scouts, we're really cyber jumping here, but when you listen to some of these professional NFL guys talk, they say how they like to grab a kid that really didn't play a lot in college, that really hasn't had the abuse, that his body isn't all torn up, and they could grab him and bring him into the NFL because they want to win right now. They don't want somebody that's dinged up that started running back for 3 or 4 years that's had a zillion hits.
Yep. Well, and you look at somebody like Tom Brady, who, if you look at his pictures from his combine, wasn't in the greatest physical shape, but had a lot of tools. They may have looked at somebody like that and said, hey, we get him in good playing shape, and maybe he takes off from there.
Well, he's kind of been a winner.
He's done a lot of that.
I'm an Arizona Cardinal fan, but he could play on my team any day.
Yeah, he could still be he could be the Bears' best quarterback when he's 65, probably. So,
the Bears, is very, as we cyber jump a little more, very interesting. I thought that Cutler couldn't catch on with another team. He was so good.
Yep. I mean, I honestly did think he would catch on with somebody, but he wanted a starting job, and I don't think anybody was willing to guarantee him a starting job. So now he's going to TV. Him and Romo both are heading to the TV route.
Well, Romo I could have seen going so. The only problem with Romo is he's so dinged up.
I mean, you look at the Cowboys' offensive line for the last 4 or 5 years, the best of the best, and he still can't stay healthy behind the best offensive line. So,
yeah, I wish Romo could have went somewhere. Now Cutler, he's just a baby.
Yeah.
No one. Why would you bring that?
He's got that
thing onto your team.
The foul attitude. He's never happy, and
I'm wondering how he will do. Covering games and what assignments they'll give him. Will they give him big games? I don't know all
I
that
wouldn't
stuff.
think so. Yeah.
Pardon?
Get hurt.
Him and Romo maybe on the IR falling off a booth somewhere. But I think I would find Romo interesting because I think he's a very intelligent football player, which I guess probably Cutler is too. But
Cutler just got the negative disposition, where Romo has more of a positive outlook on life, it seems like. So, but it sounded like Romo, they threw him right into the #1 position on CBS, and I doubt Cutler's going to get that same courtesy afforded to him.
Wasn't one of the first things Romo did when he went to Chicago, he went to the stadium for something and pulled right up into a handicapped parking zone sideways and parked and got out?
Yeah, I do believe I remember something of that.
It is like, who do you think you are?
Yep, yeah. That tells you everything you need to know, though.
Yeah, especially, the leader and everything you're supposed to be, and that's what you do.
Taking a handicap spot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his.
Yeah.
I do want to jump into, we're going to talk about our first sport, because this is, I think, the area we like you to specialize in.
Yeah.
Sometimes is this NASCAR.
I enjoy watching NASCAR as well.
Because all we know is that they have 4 wheels turn left, and they go fast.
There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that those guys are truly athletes.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yep. Maybe
so
not.
Tell us that. Define that.
Well, I mean, if you look at the guy that I follow the most, Dale Earnhardt Jr. He kind of got by on his name for a long time. But 3-4 years ago, he even realized that in order to actually compete and win races, you have to get on a workout regimen. I follow him on Twitter. He complains about it a lot, but he spends a lot of time in the gym now. And it's just like golf with the Tiger Woods effect. They come along, somebody comes along is willing to be in great shape and choose that as their sport, whereas maybe they would normally go to a basketball or baseball, and revolutionizes what you have to do to compete in that sport. NASCAR very much so. Those guys spend a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time working out, those kind of things. So very much I believe those guys are athletes. Using your forearms for that amount of time to spin that wheel.
I was just going to ask what you think their workouts would be like. They're not doing heavy lifting. They're not more aerobic, I say aerobic, but more
kind of like
core.
like your CrossFit type stuff. I would think would be Danica Patrick. She's big into the yoga type of stuff, and she's very, very well toned. I have her on
probably one of the best looking race car drivers
by far. Yeah. But yeah, more of that kind of stuff. The yoga and the core work and the your defining muscle work.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andy, tell us a little bit about where we are in NASCAR right now.
So this year, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson each have 2 wins. They're the top 2 in the points. Young up-and-coming guy, Kyle Larson, got his first win this year. He's 3rd in points. Rumors have it that he may be the next guy to step into the 88 Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car, who's retiring at the end of the season. So Kyle Larson is the hot name for who's going to take over that spot. And I think he's one that would he's got a ton of talent, and you put him in one of the best race cars, he could be one of your best drivers for a long time to come. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is up there in the points. Chase Elliott, those are some of your younger guys. Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, some of the older guys that are still up there. So it's a good mix right now. I started following NASCAR about 15 years ago. At that time, a lot of those guys, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, they're the ones that are retiring, Jeff Gordon, and they're being replaced by these younger guys. Kyle Larson, like I said, Ricky Stenhouse, Chase Elliott. Kyle Busch is kind of a tweener there. He was in the middle of, he was a young guy 6-7 years ago. He's kind of becoming a seasoned veteran now as well. I believe they're in Kansas this week. I saw Kyle Busch had the pole for that race. So that's Clint Boyer territory where he grew up. I think he was a mechanic right outside the Kansas Speedway growing up. So
that's good stuff. You knew all that. Yeah. Now, one of my favorites was the Silverfish. You remember that guy? Sterling Newman.
Sterling Marlin. Sterling Marlin. Yep, I do remember him.
Silverfish.
Yep.
What happened to him? Where's he?
Well, he's been since retired. I think he was actually not that he was blamed for it or anything, but he was the one that kind of tapped Dale Earnhardt Sr. on his wreck that actually ended his life.
I was just going to say, was that when the Silverfish kind of faded away?
I think that was one of he actually, if I remember correctly, Jamie McMurray took over for him when Sterling Marlin was going through some issues with his body. So he was like an emergency driver for him, and actually had a lot of success, and kind of, I think, just took the spot from him. So
I just wonder, that was again one of those things that happens, and you're like, wow, out of all the crashes you see.
Oh. He had been
through, wasn't very bad.
He had been through, probably 20 or 30 that looked way worse, and it was just one of those that spun his spine and the neck the right way, and that was it. So dangerous sport too.
It's a dangerous sport. They are flying around.
But ever since that, they've mandated the Hans device, which keeps your head and neck. It actually stands for Head and Neck Restraint System.
We'd have never known that.
they've mandated that, and it stops that the brain and the neck and all that from being able to spin quite as violently in there. So not that we wanted to see anything happen to him, but it's made it safer for everybody else.
Well, it's what happens. I'll tell you what, good. You got anything to add where we at with the NASCAR?
That's about it from that.
So we're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have Coach Mike Smania on with the Lincoln Raider baseball team, and 5 seniors standing around over there. We'll be right back. That's one of his greatest. Can't turn him into a company man. The last DJ, Tom Petty, he was ahead of his years right there. He called it. No DJs get to play what they want to play anymore. It all comes from corporate. And I just went and saw him on Wednesday night with Joe Walsh. Fantastic show. You can't get enough of those guys. Joe Walsh, Tom Petty.
Yep, I would love
two talented guys. It was good. We snuck some seats down front. We had seats up high and then snuck down front for Tom Petty, and it was fun. And you're headed out to the concert, right?
We're going to go watch Eric Church this evening in St. Louis. So
there you go, Eric Church. Yeah. You're a world traveler.
Yeah, I don't make it very far outside of the county very often.
Anyway, we are back. The cheap seats are back, and we're out at Four Corners Lube. Stop by and visit. It's a beautiful day out here. They're running cars through right now, getting oil changes. Lloyd will wash your windows as you pull around that side. Lloyd, he's in the blue shirt. He'll jump over, wash the windshield, and we're ready to go. We're joined now by head baseball coach Mike Smania. Mike, welcome to the show. We had you on, a couple weeks ago?
Oh, last week, yeah.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Was I here?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago. Anyway. Hey, okay, so this week, let's talk about this week's baseball. You said you had 4 games.
Yeah.
Let's run through them in order. Chronologically, there you go. That's a big word.
So we had 4 this past week. MacArthur, 2 Rochester, and then Lanphier. So we went 2 for 4 on the week, and then we got 4 more coming up. Monday, Jacksonville at home. Tuesday, we got Eisenhower. Wednesday, Eisenhower at home, and then Friday is Normal West at home.
Really?
So,
well, that's fun.
Yeah.
And we know how you've played some games that were in bad weather. It's a pretty nice day to play baseball.
Oh, yeah, beautiful day.
And this is a day you don't have it.
That's how it goes. The Sundays have been nice, and we're not playing, and the rest of the week pours on us.
And tell us about, like we talk off here, about one of the reasons being, is that the new IHSA rules with the pitching?
Yeah. We're out of pitching right now. If you play 4 games in the week, you're down to nothing. We're supposed to play Olympia, and they're in the same boat. So there's not much you can do, really.
So who's the top of the conference right now?
It's Sacred Heart.
Which we've defeated.
We have.
I know.
That's right.
We're going to let Newt have his chance here to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Big W that you had over there.
Yeah.
And then how's it run down like at 1, 2, 3?
So it's not official or anything, but it's Sacred Heart, Chatham, Springfield High, Rochester, and then us.
That's pretty good. 5th?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So we're seated 4th in our subsectional. The regional pairings came out this week, I think Tuesday. So we will play the 24th, I believe. It's Thursday against Clinton. And then the championship game will be the winner of Chatham and Taylorville. And we're hosting the regional. So
yes, I said now that's what we're hosting.
Yep.
So hopefully it's a rematch of us and Chatham for that championship, or will we really play Taylorville?
That's the plan.
Taylorville pretty good?
I think they're a little down this year.
They used to have a strong baseball program.
Yeah, and Chatham's going to be tough either way.
We know that.
They've got a couple really good pitchers.
Very good, yeah. So it's going to be a battle if we get them, and if it all works out right, we get them on Saturday at home for a championship. We'll be ready, but it's going to be a low-scoring game, hopefully.
Well, and so when do you start strategizing about your pitching for that? That's got to be going on right now?
About 3 weeks ago.
I was just going to say.
I've been sitting up at night going back and forth, and I think I kind of got figured out now, but I've been stressing about it. I just want to know who we actually played the first game, so it takes a little bit of stress off of me.
Yeah, you're. And so how's Clinton this year?
They're about 500. They're playing some smaller schools that I don't really know. So I'm depending on my coaching staff that's been around the area for longer to help me out with those teams, to pick apart their schedule. You got to show up every day. It doesn't matter who they are.
And do you feel like you want to, just like out of the blue questions, like do you feel like when you get in that game, let's say it's the Chatham game, do you feel better about having your number 1 man on the hill to start that game, or bring him along and boy could your best pitcher be coming in late? I know.
See, our guy's new, and he does best when he goes longer. So we're gonna ride him.
Austin, man.
Yeah.
Just checking on him. So you got a busy schedule coming up. Just came off a busy schedule and got a busy schedule coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And you brought in some seniors with you.
That's right.
So who's got the microphone there behind me first?
We got Cole Shealy behind
Cole Shealy, the leader of the pack. Cole, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been playing baseball?
Probably been playing since I was about 2nd or 3rd grade. Started off playing t-ball with Tony Thomas, little links baseball.
That's where you first learned to play, isn't
That's
it?
right.
And RT, did he help you out some?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Got
what I
most of
thought.
my moves from.
That's what I thought. Now, you want to tell us some highlights about your senior year or your baseball career out of high school?
No, there's not too many.
Didn't you break up a no-hitter with a bunt?
Yeah, I got
Against Chatham?
the first Central State 8 hit off of Detmers from Chatham with the bunt.
Yeah.
Somehow got lucky and made it on. So
Well, was it the bunt or was it your wheels that got you?
I think it was a little bit of both, but I think it was more my wheels.
I think it was more of the bunt. Is it a legal bat?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They checked the bat?
Yep.
It was a wood bat, but nobody caught it. So.
Nice job. So you think your dad's up watching the show?
Yeah, I imagine he's listening.
Yeah, now he vacations a lot over in Manito.
Yep.
doesn't he?
Manito over there. Yep.
Um,
Quite a bit. Actually, I think him and Kirby might head there today.
We like to make fun of Manito. Is that your favorite memory of your high school baseball career?
Yeah, probably so far. Hopefully we get to the regional championship and hopefully make that a memory. So
And I saw you at prom. You're like a 3 or 4 year letter winner there too, aren't you?
that's right. Yep. A few years veteran.
How many?
3 years.
3-year veteran.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
You want to give a shout out to anybody? You got any? What do you want to say? Because I know you're a talker.
I don't have anything to say. I'm ready to pass it on to Ebler.
No, hang on a minute. You're not going to give a shout out to your grandma and grandpa.
Give a shout out to Grandma and Grandpa,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
Hannah,
Yeah.
you know, out there listening.
You got-
Marty Ryan.
You got some peeps out there that are paying attention to you.
That's right.
All right. That's it from you?
Yep.
Wow, I'll tell you what. What'd you give him a little talking to before he came
I
on?
didn't.
All right, who we have now?
Preston Ebler,
Preston Ebler.
the one and only.
You know what? You're the only one that got up and did your hair before you came on the radio show.
Just for you.
I saw it. It looks good.
Thank you, thank you.
Little dippity-do in the front of that.
Yep,
Make it stand up straight.
yep.
You've been playing forever too, right?
Yes, I have.
And yeah, Heat baseball, you ran through all of it. I remember all you guys running around there.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part of it all?
Definitely having Coach Ely back in the day with his steel hands. No matter what, he's always catching those balls. Those are the good years.
Coach Ely worked a lot, to pause on him for a minute, Coach. He dedicated a lot of time to you kids and still does, about taking care of you guys playing baseball. So give him a little shout out. Go ahead. Did I lose you?
What's up?
I was giving Coach Ely a shout out, or Coach Ely a shout out. Go ahead. Continue on. What's some of your favorite highlights?
I'm sorry, couldn't hear you, but some of my favorite would probably be, well, this year, definitely. I think we've all agreed here that Andrew Yount playing against MacArthur called time about 10 times against the pitcher. And then when Cole goes up there and gets told the call time, he gets drilled right in the rib cage. That was probably my favorite.
Now, that's a funny
It
time.
was very funny, especially when his back was purple the next day. That made it even better.
That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yount did that on purpose to
Yeah.
you, probably.
So, well, I think it was a little help with Coach over there telling him to call time just to make him mad, but Cole took the punch, so it's
That's
all right.
Cole's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He's been punched enough at home from his dad, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's plenty of meat on there to protect him.
Yeah, you're Slim Jim. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Mom, Dad, same old. My brother out at ISU studying hard, just them. Grandma, Grandpa. I don't think they're listening, but oh well.
Yeah. They might be listening. You never know.
Yeah.
Hey, and what are you gonna do next year? What are your plans?
Going to Heartland to be an X-ray tech.
All right.
So
All right.
living with my brother.
Okay.
keep me under control.
So yeah, he can keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
That'll work out real
Yes,
well.
sir.
All right. Hey, thanks.
Thank
hey,
you.
Pass that back over there because we didn't find out what Cole's doing next year. I forgot to ask him. Cole, what are you gonna do next year?
Going to Lincoln Land, studying ag business, and then hopefully going up to normal to ISU after 2 years at Lincoln Land and going from there.
You're a good boy. I've heard it from your parents.
That's right.
Nice job. All right, we'll pass it back around. Andrew Yount popping in now. Yount, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So tell us about how long you've been playing baseball.
I've been playing baseball since about 2nd grade, pretty sure.
But you moved here from where? Like,
Springfield. I played down in Springfield for a while.
when'd you move here? Were you a freshman?
I moved here when I was in 7th grade.
7th grade? Where'd you play at in Springfield?
I played for the Southwest League, for the Midwest Cardinals.
The Midwest Cardinals.
Yeah, we were pretty good back in the day.
Could you have beaten Lincoln Heat baseball?
Easy.
Oh, quit.
We would have smoked them.
Quit. We're not believing any of that. You've had a pretty stellar senior year. Quarterback, did a nice job. Almost didn't come out.
Almost didn't,
Well,
but we made it.
All right, I'm just glad you came out. You're throwing pies around over there at Gazzardo's, right?
Yeah, we're trying to.
Yeah. Now those guys can keep you in line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick,
Nick's, yeah.
he cracks a whip over there.
Yeah, he does. He runs a
I
tight
know.
ship over there.
And tell us something about your senior year of baseball.
What's my
Or
favorite?
your favorite. Well, all of it. Right? What's your favorite part about baseball?
My favorite part about baseball this year has been when Sheely almost got in a fight with the pitcher, MacArthur. That was probably everybody's favorite.
I hope that kid was a freshman.
No, he was not a freshman.
He wasn't?
No.
Was Sheely in trouble?
Yeah, he was.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was great.
You give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to Mom and Dad. They're probably not listening. They're probably asleep, but
They're
shout out.
up.
I don't know about that one. Shout out to my boy Nick Gazzardo.
He's not up.
He's not up.
No. And what are you doing next year?
Next year, I'm going into the Air Force.
And tell us a little bit about that. Like exactly.
Well, I'll be a geospatial intelligence analyst, so I'll be the one checking out satellite imagery and helping the guys on the ground.
Wow, very cool. And you head to where and when?
I head to San Antonio, Texas for basic on August 15th.
Oh, so you have the summer to kind of run around.
Yeah, hopefully I don't mess too many things up.
Yeah, you have to keep your nose clean.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. All right. Well, you just work at Gazzardo's. You'll be all right.
All right, I'll try.
All right, pass her along there. We got Mr. Konchak jumping up in here.
How's it going, Joe?
Real good. I've had trouble over here saying your name, and now you're going to graduate, and I don't have to say it anymore.
Almost got it down just in time for me to leave.
I'm telling you that. When they throw those strange names at you that make no sense, some vowels, consonants.
Yeah, I don't know many
happen?
people. I don't know many people who know it. I don't know.
Yeah, I struggled with it for years.
You got a younger brother coming in freshman though this year.
Oh, that's right.
That's true. He's an 8th grader this year.
I just had him in JA over there the other day. He's a good boy.
Yeah, hopefully they'll know their name by the time he's through.
Yeah, we'll get it all figured out. I think I messed it up at prom a few times.
Just a
Sister. Yeah. Yeah, I try not to say it. Okay, so how long have you been playing baseball? Forever, huh?
I've been playing baseball as long as I can remember. I think 4 years old was the first time I joined the team. It was at the YMCA. It was like Sports for All Sorts or something like along those lines.
And where was that at? That wasn't here, was it?
Oh yeah, it was at the Y.
Oh, was it?
And we played a whole bunch of sports, including T-ball. And then after that, I just joined the T-ball league and played T-ball at the rec. I played with Preston for a little bit. I played it under the Cubs. That was a fun year.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, we won. We were good.
That's all they ever do is win.
You were the only Cubs winning back then, I'm going to tell you that.
It doesn't matter what's happening back then. Just
Yeah, I know. It's all about today. I know. And you're, tell us some highlights about your high school career.
Well, I mean, specifically this season, I'm going to bring up what they've all brought up. I mean, probably the MacArthur game was one of the best. It was just funny. I mean, like I said, Andrew went up his first at bat and called about 5 timeouts. And then he came around to second at bat, called about 3 more. I called a timeout. And then Cole walks up, they're all innocent. Very first time he calls a timeout and just gets beamed. So, I mean, that was really funny. I'd say also, I mean, beating Sacred Heart Griffin has to be one of the best. And that might even be like throughout all of my 4 years playing, because, I mean, that was a great game.
And you're catching it.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
It's fun catching Austin, but at the same time, it kind of sucks. By the end of the game, my fingers all swollen up. And you'd think I'd be used to it by now.
So does he ever nod you off and say, no, I'm not going to throw that, or is he listen?
No. The worst part about it is he doesn't nod me off. He just throws what he wants. Let's say he's not in the mood to throw a fastball, and I'm expecting like a high fastball. He throws a curveball in the dirt.
That makes it difficult for you.
It makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
He's been a lot better this season. I'll give him that. Usually now he just nods me off.
He needs to know that. Awesome.
Yeah.
He needs to know what you're throwing. Oh, yes, he does.
So
we give a shout out to anybody?
I mean, my whole family's making flower deliveries right now for Mother's Day.
They've
so
got the radio on.
none of them, if any of them are listening, I'll give a shout out to my mom, dad, sisters, maybe my brother. He's playing some baseball today.
And give them a plug. What's the name of that place?
Forgive Me Not Floral and Gift. Yeah, go down there if you need any flowers. My mom will hook you up. She's got some good florists out there. So
She's working all the time. And what are you going to do next year?
Next year I'm going to ISU, and I'm undecided. I'm either going to go into business or I'm going to go into computer engineering.
You can do whatever you want. You're young.
Whatever I want.
You could change it 4 times if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Your parents won't like it, but you can.
That's true.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yep.
Pass it along over there to the Austin man.
Hello.
Austin Newton. Now, you're a prize, you know what I mean, at gym. How long you been playing baseball? I think since before birth.
I don't even know.
Forever.
It's been so long.
Forever. Your grandpa's had you out there, your dad. I know. Now, is your you've been playing forever. What's your take on this? Your senior year or high school baseball? What's your favorite?
Probably beating SHG.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I know we've talked about it on here before, but you could go a complete game, beat SHG. That's a big deal.
Got double-digit strikeouts too, so I was kind of happy about that one.
And they're a team that could go deep. Hopefully we go deep, but they're a team that could play for a state championship, Coach?
Yeah, I think so.
And is that 3, 4?
4 classes.
4 classes, yeah.
Are they 3?
They're 3 with
Three,
us, yeah.
Same as us.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, tell us about that game. Let's talk about that game because Coach told me you're reaching a pitch level where he might have to pull you.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was just kind of ignored the fact because if I got it in my head, I wouldn't be able to throw like good.
And is your what's your best pitch?
I don't really know. Probably fastball.
And how hard?
Upper 80s.
That's pretty good. You've put on some weight. I know you're a big kid. You've been hitting the weight room in the off season or what?
No, but hitting the kitchen.
Well, it'll catch up to you, dude. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You shout out to anybody out there?
Shout out to my mom, my dad. Today's my grandpa's birthday, so.
How old is your grandpa?
I don't even know. He's been around since dirt, so.
He's been around a long time. I know he loves getting out there and watching it. So that makes him happy. So you give him kudos for that. And what are you going to do next year?
I'm undecided right now.
All right. Want to go put somewhere and play ball?
Yeah.
All right. Good for you. All right. Well, thanks. I'll take that. I guess you guys can skedaddle if you want. Coach, anything else you want to add to this?
Not much. Just come support us next week and at regionals. Should be a good one.
So,
We're
hey,
excited.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so run down the schedule again next week for those that may have missed it.
So Monday against Jacksonville at home.
They're all at home.
Yeah, no. Jacksonville Mondays at home. Tuesday we're away at Eisenhower. Wednesday home. And Fridays at home against Normal West.
And then the following week starts the regionals.
Yeah. Wednesday, Chatham will play at our place against Taylorville, and then we'll play Thursday against Clinton.
And the next week's games at home start 4 o'clock?
4:30.
4:30?
Yep.
Plenty of time to get out there. Get out there and see these local Lincoln and Railers make a run for the state tournament.
That's
Let's make a
right.
run, Coach.
That's the plan.
That's all on you. We need you to make a run, all right? We'll put some pressure on you.
Got it.
All right, well, thanks for coming on today. Andy, you got anything to add?
That's it.
Yell something at him.
No, that's it.
Not even going to make fun of him.
Nope, not at all.
Well, that's Lincoln Raider Baseball head coach Mike Smania, and we had some seniors on today. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back with the head Legion Baseball coach, Jason O'Brien, and talk Legion Baseball. Jim, you've outdone yourself today. You guys know who this is?
Nope.
Joe Satriani, Surfing with the Alien.
Never heard it.
You want to spark your day up, you go grab some Joe Satriani and throw it on. Joe Ryan back out here with Four Corners Lube, the cheap seats, Lloyd Kirby working the camera, Jim Ash working the crew. Andy Fitz is our guest, Andy Fitzpatrick. We're just going with Andy Fitz from now on. That's how you guys are going to know
Much easier.
He's our guest host today because he has a vat of knowledge on all kinds of things, and he's very helpful. Right, Andy?
Very helpful.
Nice job.
Yep.
And we're joined right now by Coach Jason O'Brien of the American Legion baseball team. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. I see you stopped by over at the Shutter and picked up some Cub gear.
I did. I did. It feels good to be a world champion.
Yeah. It was last year, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was last
Reigning
year.
world champion. There's nobody that's taken the title yet from us.
Oh, was it raining?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody else has won it since.
R-A-I-N-I-N-G, raining?
No.
Okay.
R-A-I-G.
You're at the Harvard Law School.
From Harvard Law School, yep.
Coach O'Brien's going to come on today. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, the upcoming season, what's going on, the plans, blah, blah, blah. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we're excited. We got about 8, 9 returning players. 5 of those are college freshmen, who 4 of which were Lincoln College, 1 from LCU, a couple of seniors from Lincoln coming back for us. So we got the core back. We're looking good.
So is that, not to cut you off, but is that like 7 or 8 kids on the team then from Lincoln?
Yeah, I believe this year we've got a large majority. I'd say 13, I believe, are from Lincoln.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good, strong group. Really excited. It's the first year we're going to the largest National Legion tournament. It's in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area. So the second weekend of July, we're going up there for a 96-team tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
96 teams.
96 teams. We're playing at Northwestern University in St. Paul. Beautiful turf field. It would be excited. We'll play 5 games for sure. If we make it out of the pool, we'll play Monday and Tuesday the following that weekend.
Well, I was just going to ask that. What were the days of that going on?
Yeah, it's the 7th through the 11th. So Friday the 7th, we'll play 2 games. 2 games on the 8th on Saturday, 1 game Sunday morning. And if we make it out of pool play, then we'll play on Monday. If you make it out of Monday, you play Tuesday. That's a lot of innings.
Are there any other Central Illinois teams that'll be up there for that, or?
Not that I'm aware of. I know there's some other Illinois teams, but I think they're farther north. As far as I know, we're the only team from this area that's going up that direction. There's, I think they said 13 different states, and quite a few teams from Canada are coming to play.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That'll be fun for sure. Now, to do something like that costs a little bit of money, right?
It costs a little bit of money. We've really had to buckle down, do as much as we can as far as fundraising goes. I know back in, I believe it was March, was when we had the hosted the mouse races, the first annual mouse races. It was a good time.
And it should grow.
It should grow.
If you've never been to the mouse races out there, I'm telling you, they're fun.
That was a blast.
There was plenty of food there to eat. There's some alcoholic beverages there, I believe.
Cold beverages.
But the mouse races are fun.
Oh, it was a blast.
Yeah.
It was a blast. It didn't matter if you were 6 or 60. Everybody out there enjoyed it.
Get out there and scream at those little mice.
Exactly.
So I think that'll go over big. I mean, if you keep having that, I think it'll only grow. So go ahead.
Yeah,
that was one of the big fundraisers, right?
That was one of the big fundraisers. Of course, we have the monthly breakfast, which is tomorrow's the last one of the year. So I know tomorrow's Mother's Day. But get Mom up, take her to the breakfast, get her an all-you-can-eat breakfast, delicious. Goes from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at the Legion there on 5th Street. And we always have very, very good turnouts.
And the Legion breakfast is one of the best in town, I have to say. It's delicious.
It is delicious. And those guys get out there 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, start fixing everything. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them going out there and serving their time, not volunteering their time to be able to put that together.
And you can just show up and eat, right? You don't need no advance tickets.
No advance tickets. Pay at the door, and bring the whole family out. It's a good environment.
Yeah, it is, and you're going to support this Legion baseball team.
Sure.
Because you have kids coming from a couple other places. Can you tell me?
This year we've got 3 kids coming from Buffalo Tri-City, 1 coming from Lanphier. So we pull from quite a wide range.
But again, I know when it's Lincoln and people want to watch Lincoln kids, and that's why I want to make sure they are aware of how many Lincoln kids are on the team. So it's filled up with some Lincoln kids.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Lincoln High School, ex alumni from the high school. So even the college kids from this area get to come out and play for us.
And tell us about your coaching staff.
Our coaching staff.
Have you got put together right now?
Yeah. We've got. This is my 4th year being the head coach. My assistant coach happened to be my old high school and Legion baseball coach, Ryan Snow.
The snowman.
Snowman. It rains and it snows in July. It snows in July. And of course, my good friend who just recently got married, Riley Wolpert, is coming out to help us again. And the man who puts it all together, Mike Thornton, the man behind the scenes.
Better known as Porky.
Better known as Porky. Yes, he's been for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, he was walking the streets when Abe Lincoln was here, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have a searching for Porky thing like they do, looking for Lincoln. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Porky puts a lot of time in, I know, and the Legion supports you guys a lot, and it's wonderful. Sal gets out and does things for you. And there's a lot of ways to be involved.
Yeah, especially this year. We're looking at we got brand new gray uniforms that are going to look Sharp, of course the Minnesota tournament. So we're doing quite a bit as far as getting the season vamped up, playing quite a few games, but obviously that comes with a price. So we've had some really good feedback as far as donations goes. The Legions helped us out quite a bit with that as well. So we're looking forward to probably the best season we've had in a long time.
It's great. Now, when we just talked with Coach Smania about some of the pitching rules IHSA has.
Yep.
When you go to a tournament like that and you have that many games, are there certain guidelines you have to follow, or is it?
This is the first year the Legion has put in pitching rules, and they're very, very similar to what the high school is. There is one additional category for college freshmen, so they give a little more leniency for the freshmen in college. But other than that, it's almost identical to what the IHSA is putting out there.
Yeah, and that's as a coach, you have to put all that into perspective about.
You do.
I think it would be tough just knowing, look at the score, and then boy, you're up 3, you got 2 innings left. I could get him out and save some of this, but he's going strong. And
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of it that's more common sense. I mean, you're not wanting to abuse anybody.
Sure,
and of course, the summer baseball, that's not the idea anyways. Of course, we want to win, but we want to teach the kids something and let them get something out of it, not to hurt themselves by any means. There's a few things that are still, I think, need to be fixed, critiqued a little bit. I know they are a little more stringent on the relievers than I think they should be. If you pitch more than twice in any 3-day given period, you have to sit down and take a seat for a few days. I mean, it doesn't matter if the kid comes in and throws a pitch to get a save, then comes back 2 days later and pitches a pitch, then he's done for a couple of days. I mean,
now, who makes rules like that?
I don't know. It's things like that it doesn't
Is it
make
people that
sense.
ever played baseball or no?
Yeah, Harvard Law.
Harvard Law. Yeah, I know a few of those guys.
Cub fans.
Not sure about that. So if you were to critique your coaching, what would you say? Are you an aggressive base runner? Are you if it's in the gap, you're going to look for 2? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I look for every opportunity to take another base, and it was little things like watching the shortstop take his glove off after the pitch was thrown and turn around and walk back to his position. I'd swipe a bag. Little things like that just heads up aggressive base running. As long as it's in the right circumstances in the game, I don't mind a guy being a little over-aggressive, trying to take an additional base. It shows me that kids are wanting to play hard. Now, my 3 rules playing for me are play hard, play smart, and have fun. So as long as the kids are playing hard, they're playing smart, they're having a good time doing it, that's all I can ask for.
And you're wearing some Cub gear today, so obviously you're a Cub fan.
Absolutely. Got a big win last night.
They did.
Who'd they play?
I don't know.
Team down south.
Just letting you have some fun.
The team down south.
Just letting you have a little fun. They'll get beat today. It's a 3 o'clock game, and Cubs will get beat today, that's for sure. Who's on the hill?
Lester's facing, I think they moved Martinez up. I think it was supposed to be Waka. He was experiencing some kind of pain or something, so they moved Martinez up, I believe, to today.
How do you turn that down when you're a pro? You're going to get to pitch, and I got a little bit of pain. That never used to go on.
Yeah, when you're getting paid $15-20 million a year, it's kind of
easy to sit, isn't it?
Yeah,
I got a little something wrong.
I want to make sure I get my next payday, so.
Chris Bryant's stomach illness kept him out.
Yeah,
hangover, I don't know.
And again today.
That's a stomach illness, Really?
He's out again today, but I did see Addison wrestled pinch hit late, so he's been out a few games with some shoulder tightness, and he pinch hit last night, so he must be on the mend.
Now, as far as the Legion goes, how many pitchers you have on the team?
Well, I'd say if you want to say just pitchers, I mean, we've got probably 5 or 6 guys that are steady throwers. But when you're talking about as many games we play, when you're playing the tournaments and you're playing numerous games and multiple innings, there's going to be guys that only threw a few times during the high school season. They're going to get out there and have to throw for us. So it's fun. That's the great thing about summer baseball, Legion baseball, is sometimes you're playing positions that you normally weren't playing during the regular season. You're throwing guys out there that don't have a lot of pitching experience, but it's times like that those kids start feeling comfortable with playing positions they're not used to playing and almost find a niche for themselves.
I've always loved Legion baseball. I think it's fun.
It is.
It's like I think we've talked about it. I've talked to Porky about it. They need to throw those names up on the back of those jerseys and local businesses. Remember that? That was, well, you guys are too young. That was fun.
Yeah.
Those names on there, on the pinstripes. You getting the pinstripes back out?
We still got the pinstripes.
I love the pinstripes.
Yeah, as long as Porky's here, we will never leave the pinstripes.
Well, he's been here since Abraham Lincoln, so
Yeah.
I imagine he's sticking around. Anything else you want to throw at us, Coach? We've reached the 10 o'clock mark.
Well, I just appreciate what the Legion's done for us, all the support we've got throughout throughout this year and years prior. Hopefully we get quite a few fans to come out and watch us this year, show off our new sharp jerseys, support us as we go to Minnesota. Thanks to all the parents that help bring all the kids out, that support us throughout the year as well.
And is there somewhere where you can find a schedule for that?
There is a Facebook page for the American Legion, specifically for us.
Okay.
So if you go out there and search the Lincoln Baseball American Legion Post 263, we'll be on there. Our every game will be updated inning by the Game Changer app. And
that's very cool.
It is very cool. The parents can follow along. They don't have to drive all the way to Minnesota to
no, they need to drive to Minnesota.
They need to drive to Minnesota, but it's good for them to be able to stay at home if they need to. Grandparents, whoever the case is and watch those games live.
And the hours of the breakfast tomorrow?
8 to 11.
8 to 11 out at the American Legion. Get out and support American Legion baseball. That's going to do it for us today. There's some tea times going out there. For Joe Ryan and Lloyd Kirby, Andy Fitz.
Thanks for having me.
Coach O'Brien.
Thanks
for listening in the morning. You've been on the cheap seats. Have a good day.